Okay. Book of 1 Kings, chapter 2. Now the days of King Solomon drew nigh when he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself, that the Lord may continue his word, which he spoke concerning me, saying, If thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, he said, a man on the throne of Israel. Moreover, thou knowest also what Joab, the son of Zeruiah, did to me, and what he did to the two captains of hosts of Israel, to Abner son of Ner, and unto Amasa the son of Jether, whom he slew, and shed the blood of war in peace, and put the blood of war upon his girdle that was about his loins, and in his shoes that were on his feet. Do therefore according to thy wisdom, and let not his hoary head go down to the grave in peace, but show kindness unto the sons of Barzillai the Gileadite, and let them be among those who are eat at the table. For so they came to me when I fled because of Absalom thy brother. And behold, thou hast with thee Shimei, son of Gera, a Benjamite of Berahim, who cursed me with a grievous curse in the days when I went to Menahem. And he came down to meet me at the Jordan, and swore to him by the Lord, saying, I will not put thee to death, but with the sword. Now therefore hold him not guiltless, for thou art a wise man, and knowest what thou oughtest to do unto him. But his hoary head bring thou down to the grave with blood. So David slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David. And all the days that David reigned over Israel were 40 years. 7 years reigned he in Hebron, and 33 years reigned he in Jerusalem. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly. And Adonijah the son of Haggith came to Bathsheba, the mother of Solomon, and she said, Comest thou peaceably? And he said, Peaceably. He said, Moreover, I have something to say unto thee. She said, Say on. And he said, Thou knowest the kingdom was mine, and all Israel set their faces on me, and I should reign. However, the kingdom is turned about, and has become my brother's, for it was his from the Lord. And now I ask one petition of thee, deny me not. And she said to him, Say on. And he said, Speak, I pray thee, unto Solomon the king, for he will not say nay to thee, and that he give me Abishag the Shunammite for a wife. And Bathsheba said, Well, I will speak for thee unto the king. Bathsheba therefore went unto King Solomon to speak unto him for Adonijah. And the king rose up to meet her, and bowed himself to her, and sat down on his throne, and caused a seat to be set for the king's mother, and she sat on his right hand. And she said, I desire one small petition for thee. I pray thee, say not nay to me. And the king said to her, Ask on, my mother, and I will not say thee nay. And she said, Let Abishag the Shunammite be given to Adonijah thy brother for a wife. And King Solomon answered and said to his mother, And why dost thou ask Abishag the Shunammite for Adonijah? Ask for him the kingdom also, for he is mine older brother. Even for him, and for Abishar the priest, and for Joab the son of Zeruiah. Then King Solomon swore by the Lord, saying, God do so for me, and more so, if Adonijah have not spoken this word against his own life. Now therefore, as the Lord liveth, who hath established me, and set me on the throne of David my father, and who hath made me a house as he promised, Adonijah shall be put to death this day. And King Solomon sent by the hand of Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and he fell upon him, so that he died. And unto Abiathar the priest said the king, Get thee to Anath, unto thine own fields, for thou art worthy of death. But I will not at this time put thee to death, because thou didst bear the ark of the Lord God before David my father, and because thou hast been afflicted with all wherein my father was afflicted. So Solomon thrust out Abiathar from being priest unto the Lord, that he might fulfill the word of the Lord which he spoke concerning the house of Eli in Shiloh. Then tidings came to Joab, for Joab had turned after Adonijah, though he turned not after Absalom. And Joab fled unto the tabernacle of the Lord, and caught hold of the horns of the altar. And when it was told to King Solomon that Joab fled unto the tabernacle of the Lord, and behold, he is by the altar, then Solomon sent Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, saying, Go fall upon him. And Benaiah came to the tabernacle of the Lord, and said unto him, Thus saith the king, Come forth. And he said, Nay, I will die here. And Benaiah brought the king word, saying, Thus said Joab, and thus he answered me. And the king said unto him, Do as he hath said, and fall upon him, and bury him, that thou mayest take away the innocent blood which Joab shed from me, and from the house of my father. And the Lord shall return his blood upon his own head, who fell upon 2 men more righteous and better than he, and slew them with the sword, to wit, Abner son of Ner, captain of the host of Israel, Amasa son of Jether, captain of the host of Judah. My father David, not knowing thereof, their blood shall therefore return upon the head of Joab, and upon the head of his seed forever. But upon David, and upon his seed, and upon his house, and upon his throne, shall there be peace forever from the Lord. So Benaiah the son of Jehoiada went up and fell upon him, and slew him, and he was buried in his own house in the wilderness. And the king put Benaiah the son of Jehoiada in his place over the hosts, and Zadok the priest did the king put in place of Abiathar. And the king sent and called for Shimei, and said unto him, Build thee a house in Jerusalem, and dwell there, and go not forth from thence anywhere. For it shall be that on the day that thou goest out, and passeth over brook Kidron, thou shalt know for certain, thou shalt surely die, thy blood shall be upon thine own head. And Shimei said to the king, Thy saying is good. As my lord the king hath said, so will thy servant do. And Shimei dwelt in Jerusalem many days. And it came to pass at the end of 3 years, that 2 of the servants of Shimei ran away to Achish, son of Maacah, king of Gath. And they told Shimei, saying, Behold, thy servants are in Gath. And Shimei arose and saddled his ass, and went to Gath in Achish to seek his servants. And Shimei went and brought his servants from Gath. And it was told Solomon that Shimei had gone from Jerusalem to Gath, and had come back. And the king sent and called for Shimei, and said to him, Did I not make thee know by the Lord, and protested unto thee, saying, Know for certain, the day thou goest out, and walketh abroad anywhere, that thou shalt surely die? And thou said unto me, Thy word that I have heard is good. Why then hast thou not kept thy oath to the Lord, and the commandment I have charged thee with? The king said moreover to Shimei, Thou knowest all the wickedness which thine heart is privy to, that thou did to David my father. Therefore the Lord shall return the wickedness upon thine own head, and King Solomon shall be blessed, and the throne of David shall be established before the Lord forever. So the king commanded Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, who went out and fell upon him, and so he died. And the kingdom was established in the hand of Solomon. Chapter 3. And Solomon made affinity with Pharaoh king of Egypt, and took Pharaoh's daughter, and brought her to the city of David, until he had made an end of building his own house, and the house of the Lord, and the wall of Jerusalem round about.
Only the people sacrificed in high places, because there was no house built unto the name of the Lord until those days. And Solomon loved the Lord, walking in the statutes of David his father only. He sacrificed and burned incense in high places, and the king went to Gibeon to sacrifice there, for that was the great high place. 1,000 burnt offerings did Solomon offer upon that altar. In Gibeon the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night. The Lord said, Ask what I shall give thee. And Solomon said, Thou hast shown upon thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and righteousness, and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness, and thou hast given him a son to sit upon his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Lord my God, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in, and thy servant is in the midst of thy people whom thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this so great of people? And the speech pleased the Lord, and that Solomon had asked this thing. And the Lord God said unto him, Because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked thyself long life, neither hast thou asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. And if thou wilt walk in my ways and keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and offered up burnt offerings and offered peace offerings, and made a feast for all his servants. Then 2 women who were harlots came unto the king, and stood before him. And one woman said, O my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass on the 3rd day after I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. And there was no stranger with us in this house, save we 2 in the house. And this woman's child died in the night, because she lay upon it. And she arose at midnight, and took my son from beside me, while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And when I rose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son whom I had borne. And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. And thus they spoke before the king. Then said the king, The one saith, This is my son who liveth, and thy son is dead. And the other say, Nay, but thy son is dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, Divide the living in 2, and give half to the one and half to the other. Then spoke the woman, whose the living child was unto the king, for her heart yearned for her son, and she said, O my lord, give her the living child, and in no way slay it. But the other said, Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it. And the king answered and said, Give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. And all Israel heard the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. Chapter 4. So King Solomon was king over all Israel. And these were the princes whom he had: Azariah the son of Zadok the priest, Elihoreph and Ahijah the sons of Shisha, scribers, Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud the recorder, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the host, and Zadok and Abiathar were the priests, and Azariah the son of Nathan was over the officers, and Zabad the son of Nathan was principal officer and the king's friend, and Ahishar was over the household, and Adoniram the son of Abda was over the tribute. And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, who provided victuals for the king and his household. Each man his month in a year made provision. And these were their names: the son of Hur in Mount Ephraim, the son of Decker in Machaz, and in Shalbim, and Beth Shemesh, and Elon Beth Hanan, the son of Hesed, in Arabath. To him pertained Succoth, and all the land of Hepher, the son of Abinadab, and the region of Dor, who had Tephath, the daughter of Solomon, as a wife, Baana, the son of Ahilud. To him pertained Tanakh and Megiddo, and all Bethshean, which is by Jartanah, beneath Jezreel, from Beth-Shean to Abel Maholah, even unto the place that is beyond Jokneam, the son of Geber, in Ramoth Gilead. To him pertain the towns of Jair, the son of Manasseh, which are by Gilead. To him also pertaineth the region of Argob, which is in Bashan, 80 great cities, with walls and brazen bars. Ahinadab, the son of Edo, had Mahanaim. Ahimaaz was in Naphtali. He also took Basemath, the daughter of Solomon, for a wife. Baana, the son of Hushai, was in Asher, and in Aloth. Jehoshaphat, the son of Jehoshaphat, the son of Pruah, in Issachar. Shimei, the son of I don't want your crab. The son of Hushai was in Asher and in Elath. Jehoshaphat, the son of Paruah, in Issachar. Shimei, the son of Elah, in Benjamin. Geber, the son of Uri, was in the country of Gilead, in the country of Shion, king of the Amorites, and of Og, king of Bashan, and he was the only officer who was in the land. Excuse you. Just gonna take that. Judah and Israel were many, as the sand which is by the sea in multitude, eating and drinking and making merry. And Solomon reigned over all kingdoms from the river unto the land of the Philistines and unto the border of Egypt. They brought presents and served Solomon all the days of his life. And Solomon's provision for one day was 30 measures of fine flour, and 80 measures of meal, 10 fat oxen, and 20 oxen out of the pasture, and 100 sheep, beside harts, and roebucks, and fallow deer, and fatted fowl. For he had dominion over all the region on this side of the river, from Tifsha even to Gaza, over the kings on this side of the river, and he had peace on all sides round about him. And Judah and Israel dwelt safely, every man under his vine and under his fig tree, from Dan even to Beersheba, all the days of Solomon. And Solomon had 40,000 stalls of horses for his chariots, and 12,000 horsemen. And those officers provided victuals for King Solomon, and for all who came unto King Solomon's table, every man in his month. They lacked nothing. Barley also and straw for the horses and dromedaries brought they unto the place where the officers were, every man according to his charge. And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled, and the wisdom of all the children on the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all the men, than Ethan the Ezrahite, and Heman, and Calcol, and Darda, the sons of Mahol, and his fame was in the nations round about. And he spoke 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spoke of trees, and cedar, from the cedar tree that was in Lebanon unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. And he spoke also of beasts, and of fowl, and creeping things, and of fishes. And there came from all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon, from all kings of the earth, who had heard of his wisdom. I'm going to stop right there because someone wants to go outside and go potty.